Hello and welcome to today's video presentation on using volumes for Podman container storage on Oracle Linux. So let us get started. Start by opening a terminal and connect to your host system. In this exercise, the host system is a fully patched Oracle Linux instance on Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. This instance also has the Podman package pre-installed. Volumes are created and managed by Podman and the preferred mechanism for persisting data. Whether created using the Podman Volume create command or during container creation, volumes store data on the host file system in an area managed by Podman. The location can be determined by first getting a listing of the available volumes and then inspect them. Show this by first creating a volume by typing podman space volume space create space myvol. Verify the volume exists by typing podman space volume space ls. That displays the volume created and any other existing volumes owned by the user running the command. Lastly, get the volume details by typing podman space volume space inspect space myvol. The command output shows information about the volume, including the location on the host machine disk. When running as a non-root user, the location is in the user's home directory under .local/share/containers/storage/volumes. With a basic understanding of volumes, let us mount one to a container. As stated, you can create a volume by explicitly running podman space create space data01, where data01 is the name given to the volume, or during container creation. For this example, create a volume during container creation by typing podman space run space it space -v space / data space -- space box1 space Oracle Linux :10 space / bin / bash. This command's -v option will create an anonymous volume. An anonymous volume is a volume without a name and referenced only by its unique ID. When created, the container mounts the volume within the container file system at the location / data. The container starts and presents a prompt. Type ls to get a listing of files and directories within the container. The container's default working directory after its start is the root of the file system, and the listing shows the / data volume exists. Create a test file by typing touch space / data / sample.txt. Now the volume has data in it. To demonstrate that the data persists, leave the container by typing exit. Verify that the container has stopped by typing podman space ps space -a. Next, get a list of volumes used by the container by typing podman space inspect space -f space single quote open curly bracket dot capital mounts close curly bracket single quote space box1. The -f option formats the output and shows only the container's volume type, name, source, destination, and other volume-related information. Since creating the volume from a container, the name is the container ID rather than the name specified by the user. If you want your volume to have a name, create the volume directly, as Podman does not have the means to add a name to the volume or rename a volume once made. Continue by restarting the container using podman space restart space box1. Check if the file still exists by running podman space exec space box1 space ls space / data. The podman exec executes the ls space / data command and lists the sample.txt file, thus showing how data in a volume can persist within a container. To further express this concept, stop and remove the current container by typing podman space stop space box1 semicolon space podman space rm space box1. This command stops and removes the container in a one-liner. Despite removing the container, the volume itself remains. Confirm this by first typing podman space ps space -a and then typing podman space volume space ls. The Box 1 container no longer exists, and the volume ID displayed on the screen is the same shown before when inspecting the previous Box 1 container. Can we use this existing volume in a new container? Test that possibility by trying to mount this volume in a new container. Type podman space run space -it space -- mount space single quote type equals volume, comma src equals volume underscore ID, comma dst equals / data 2 single quote space -- name space box 2 space Oracle Linux :10 space / bin / bash. Rather than the -v option, this command leverages the -- mount option. The -- mount option is more verbose than -v and uses multiple key value pairs to define the volume mounted to the container. This example uses the key value pairs type, source or src, and destination or dst. Since mounting a volume, set the type to volume. Additional types exist but are out of scope for this video. The source for this instance uses the volume ID as the volume does not have a designated name. The destination sets the location where to mount the volume within the container. I chose to use the / data 2 to demonstrate that the new container's mount point does not need to match the mount point in the original container. Once presented with the container's prompt, verify the volume's data continues to exist by typing ls space / data 2, which displays the sample.txt file created earlier. Leave the container by typing exit. Finish this example by removing both the container and the volume by typing podman space rm space -v space box 2. The -v option removes any volumes attached to the container, thus destroying the data within those volumes. Verify the container and the volume were successfully removed by typing podman space ps space -a and then podman space volume space ls. That completes this demonstration of using a volume in a container to persist data. Thank you for watching this video and enjoy using Oracle Linux.